So today's day 2 of YouTube SEO. We're going to be wrapping it up and getting that taken care of. So if you have any questions, I've put this in the comments already. If you have questions, please do not just use the comment or the chat side. Actually drop them into the form that I have listed there. That way I can see them as they're coming through and I can keep track of them. And on top of keeping track of them, I can actually use it to create content for my channel later. I will. So we got one already come in, and this is something that I'm going to send to you, Brent and Mike. They would like to see how exactly you create video citations and CTR to videos and stuff. Let me wrap up the YouTube SEO, and then we'll get into that. But just keep dropping your questions in there. In that form, it's on the Google form. If you don't see it, let me know. I'll drop it in again. So we already went over yesterday the YouTube SEO, setting up the YouTube channel, etc., etc. Today we're going to take the video, which we got done creating in Wave, and this video is 9 minutes, over 9 minutes long. Okay, so it can be done. I know I had one person in the group that said they could only make 1 minute videos, and that's just based upon that's just based upon what type of if you will, what give me 1 second. What's your pricing plan? I mean, do you have the, you know, do you have the professional, the creator? What do you have? You know, if you have the free plan, yeah, it's going to be pretty, you know, it's not going to be able to have the capabilities like what we have. So here's the video. Once we're done, let me go back, screen share, and then we're going to upload it. I'm going to show you the whole process. I also have the we also have the, excuse me, throat's a little dry, but we also have the spreadsheet, which I showed y'all yesterday. It's in the back end of the group, which has the whole steps in the YouTube optimization, and we'll be going through that as well. So here's the video so y'all could see it. Let me go ahead and let some of these peoples in so we can keep moving right along. But this is the video. All right, so I don't want to bore y'all to death too much with that, but that is the video. Okay, so that's it. You know, as far as the video goes on for about 10 minutes. And next, what we're going to do, I'm going to open up so that you can do a voiceover whenever you're actually creating it. So if you don't want music, or you want low music instead of like techno, electronic type music, I tend to choose music, but you can also do a voiceover. So you can record your voice from the actual, and I'll show you this real quick, from the actual platform. So this is the platform on Wave. If I was to choose this right here, I can add voice here. I could literally just start recording my voice, and I could read it as it's going. Not all grass is created equal. You should understand what you want, need in your lawn care before deciding whether or not you would like new sod, right? That is something you can do. I just don't prefer to do that. That's just me. Okay. Now let me go ahead and open up my YouTube spreadsheet cheat sheet for you guys. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in to the form that is listed there. Otherwise, I will not be answering them. Okay. Let's go ahead to the GMB toolkit. Any of the new fellas that just walked in, Raj, Brad, any of y'all, if you have questions, drop them into the form that is listed below, because otherwise they will not be answered, and I will share that again so y'all can have that, because we do our best to keep moving right along, and that will help us keep moving forward, and we can also use that to create content. So here is our GMB toolkit. Let me open it up from my YouTube. It's in the toolkit. It's called GMB YouTube Rankings, right? It's this form right here. Yesterday, we went over setting up your YouTube channel. We went over these 13 steps that are right here, your GCID, SEMrush, Gmail address, taking your YouTube channel, creating it with your new Gmail address, all these different steps that we have listed here, setting up your tags, your banner image, your watermarks, your channel links, your all of it, right? And now we have creating your videos. So whenever we're going to name, we're going to upload our video, we're going to create the title, we're going to create all this stuff is what we're going to do today. Okay, so first things first, this is the YouTube channel. It's blank right now. I've optimized this as much as possible. Put in the Google map over here, put in the website here. Once he gets some social links, Facebook, Twitter, etc., LinkedIn, I will be putting that in here as well. But this guy's literally a brand new website, brand new business. He's not had anything. So we took him from the ground floor up literally in the past 3 weeks. So now I want to upload some videos. How do I do it? I go over here, I go to YouTube Studio. You know, I could do it this way, and I can upload a video here. Or I could, if I'm just on YouTube and you see this little video with a plus sign, I just hit upload video. If you ever want to go live, you can do it from here, just go live. That's not how I do it, but you know, when I go live, I use OBS Streamlabs. So you're going to select your file, right? Before selecting your file, you want to make sure it's named appropriately, whatever you want it to be named, and it says sod installation St. Louis. You know, in this case, if you cannot hear me, drop a 2 in the chat, but I'm pretty sure y'all can hear me. All right, so we drag, you can either drag and drop the file in like I just did, and it's going to upload it. Now, so the title, sod installation St. Louis. let these other couple people in here. So sod, and feel free to stop me at any time, Brent, because I know you have more experience with YouTube, if you will. So if you go back to step one is naming your title accurately. What are your keywords? You can put in your location, your date, authority keywords. All right. Copy your video title and description. So what is your video title? And paste it at the beginning of the description. Kind of like I stack my GMB posts, right? So my GMB post, I usually will have a description. So, and I'm going to go back over to my website. I'm going to go to the blog, and I'm going to open up Conversion AI while I'm at it too, probably. All right. So in this case, I won't have to, but read more. All right. So you see, you could put 5,000 characters or 5,000 characters right here into your description. I'm not going to put everything, right? But I'm going to put quite a bit of it because I need some room still for timestamps, and I need some room for some other things. Okay. I don't want to put every single thing, but we're going to put, you know, just quite a bit of it. So we'll go here. And a timestamp pretty much is already at 925 words. So a timestamp, if you've never seen it, is where you go, like, for instance, you know, timestamp is so many seconds, so many minutes in, you know, and then we take, let's say, a minute 55 or 5 minutes in and 10 minutes in, and, you know, 7:10. There's a reason why you're going to do all this too. It's not just, you know, for shits and giggles, if you will. Right. Main keywords on this page. Let's go back to it that we're going for. Sod installation, commercial, residential, all these things. What are we going through here? So sod installation, evaluate your current lawn situation. You know, you can go through these and pick different ones that you want. Towards the end, consider your budget. Right. The other thing we're going to do in his case, he is a service area business. So we're not going to be able to put a nap in per se, but we will still be able to put some other information in. Okay, let's go over here. Go to sod installation. Got 5,000 characters. We're going to go back and put more in, but I want to kind of get the basis of what we're putting in. Sod installation, St. Louis. All right. Now, if he had social media icons, we would drop these in here as well. But let's go back to link to the CID. I'm grabbing the link to the CID as well. All right, let's go back to the actual, this is the blog. Timestamps are all in there. Okay, down, 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 down. So we still got 2,500 more words we can put in this. Like I said, I want to fill it up as much as possible. So we're at 4,500 words already. So let's grab, going to likely be, this will be it. Yep, and that's it. So we're at the max. So we're going to go back. 180 more words or characters. There we go. So now we have all this text in here. You can go through here, correct some grammar if need be. I'm not too particular when it comes to that. So we have, essentially, you take the video, put it in Wave. It takes that text, puts it on a Wave video. You can even do a voice roll. You can do a voiceover if you want. There are other things we can do with that as well. And then we're going to optimize the title. Once we optimize the title, then after that, we're going to copy the title, paste in the beginning of the description, put our links, our website, our GMB, our social, our CID. Okay, set up our timestamps being format like we just showed you here. These are timestamps. I'm going to use my keywords inside of my timestamps. Okay, add my NAP, name, address, phone number, if appropriate. I always add my name, address, and phone number. It's always appropriate. All right, write a lengthy, rich keyword description or description, which essentially in this one, we're just going to take the description of, or if you will, the blog as much as possible and put it in here. We're going to get about 5,000 characters, you know, close to 5,000 characters. It's a lot. Okay. So we put as much as possible in there. So we got that. The next thing we're going to do is, okay, we need to add some hashtags. So we might have to delete a couple more things. Okay. But so for example, and hashtags are always going to be sod installation. It's going to be your keywords. And I'm also going to change this up a little bit. So your main keyword is not, it's going to be sod installation, sod supplier. Okay. So we're still good on our word count, which is 5,000. We're at 4,956. So we're still good there. Then we're going to add, you can add this once we get it. Now we're going to go ahead and just upload it. Okay. If you have a cover photo, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take and make a cover photo, kind of like we do with, give me 1 second. Kind of like we do with just any other video you want to put, or on your GMB post, your logo, whatnot, all that type of stuff. So we could even go to, oh, let me get it out of here. Sod install St. Louis. I can do a couple of things. Come on, my internet's acting up. All right. So here's the images. I could use one of these images to create whatever I want, but let's say, you know, this is some of the stuff he's got in here, which I could, you know, I don't really like a whole lot of it because we're going to start doing blog posts ourselves. But let's say I'm going to use this image. I'm going to create a cover, if you will. So let's go here. I know y'all aren't seeing nothing right now, but just we're creating a cover is what essentially we're going to have to do. And I'll show you whenever we get started here. Come on, baby, over here. So this photo might look kind of crappy if we do it. So I'm probably not going to do it this way, but essentially this is the image size you're going to want. This is an actual image pulled from Google. Do a quick and dirty one for y'all. All right, let's go down here. Grab this image. Let's say, yep, not going to be able to do that way, but let's say sod install. Let's try to grab it, let this person in. So that number 636. Contact us. And if they had an actual street address, I would want that in here as well. But since they don't, I'm not going to be putting that in here. So I'm mainly trying to get their contact information, put their contact information in here, their name, address, phone number, their city, their state, 299-4116. 299-4116. Make sure I got that right. 299-4116. St. Louis. Zip this up here. Zip this down here. We have their logo in here. We have this. And next thing we're going to do, we're going to do installation. This is Adobe Photoshop, for those of you that don't know. All right, that's good enough. Desktop, I'm gonna name it sod installation. Installation right? Now, man, people are still coming in here. All right, so we can take and we're going to upload a gain access to I got to verify a phone number to do it. Call me, text me. Let's go ahead and do this. So they want to be sticklers about this. 4705783. Yes, get a code. Come on, come on, come on, come on. If it doesn't put it here, I will have to go into here. Yep, there we are. So 870-509, 870-509, 870-509. All right, phone verified. Great, awesome. So now I can upload. Come on, seriously. Gonna make me redo all that. All right, let's do it again. Try that one again. Make sure everything copied over. Yes. See, they want me to do all that. So now I got all this. I'm going to copy this hyperlink if I wanted to share it, but that's not what I'm going to do. Do I want to create a playlist? Yep, I'm going to create a playlist. I'm going to call it SOD Installation Services. Installation St. Louis. It's just one. We're going to create a bunch of different playlists when we're done. It'll be SOD Installation. It's literally going to resemble, if you will, all of these. These will be playlists, okay? This will be playlist. Everything we do on here will be a different playlist when we're done, okay? But for now, we're going to do one. It's public, yes. Right? Anything else in here for right now? Do I want to, we're going to go, no, I don't want it for kids, because if you choose, well, let me do it. So create a playlist. Let's do this again. SOD Installation St. Louis. Create it. All right, there we go. Select it, done. No, it's not for kids, because I want people to be able to comment if I'm pushing CTR manipulation and comments through it, okay? Next, you can add an end screen at the end of it if you're trying to promote something. So same thing with our covers. If you're trying to promote something, you can put 2 different videos. One video if you want them to subscribe, or whatever else you want to put in there. You can put an element and then it's going to do this crap. I don't do a whole lot of those things. I don't do end screens. You can add cards to add related content to your video. A card would be, okay, subscribe to this video, subscribe to this channel, a hyperlink, etc., like that. You could do all that stuff. I don't really care too much for a lot of that. All right. And we're going to make this public. All right. We're not going to schedule it or nothing, and we're going to hit publish. And it's going to upload it. Once it's done uploading, and then we'll be able to do what we need to do with it. Right. So next is after we've done this, right, and this goes to go live, and I'll show you this on YouTube. So if this was live and it's not yet, you would see, so you see the hashtags here: SOD installation, SOD supplier St. Louis. You have quite a bit of the blog actually in here, SOD installation St. Louis. I'm using the term SOD supplier because that's the main category for the GCID. And then I have quite a bit of the blog actually in here. Then I have timestamps based upon what's actually in the blog. Then I have my name, address, phone number, hyperlink to the website, and I have the hyperlink to the CID, which I pull from the maps using GMB Crush. If you click on this link right here, it takes you to the actual link to the CID for that location and not just a maps embed. So now that I have that, then I have some more hashtags down here. When I run CTR, I'm going to use very specific comments. CTR being they're going to send bots or automation to this video to do multiple things, one of which is going to be leaving comments that are based upon the location and the keywords that I'm trying to promote. And it's going to leave comments in here. All right, so we have this done. Now, what am I going to do with it? Okay, now that we got this video done, we're going to stop in a little bit and answer some questions, but I want to embed this on that specific page, right? So I'm going to go share. Once it's actually live, I'll show you. Once it's actually live, you go share, embed, right? And I don't want to, usually sometimes you'll see, do you want it to show, if you will, look-alike type videos? I don't want it to, but we're going to copy the embed code. That embed code is what we're going to use on our blog. Okay. So when we go to log into the blog here, we'll embed it. So log in, and people are still coming in. Go to blog. So it's this blog right here. Click on it. This is in Gutenberg. So we're going to hit edit post. Let's say I wanted to add this norm in Elementor. There's a couple of ways of doing it. Let's say I want it to be at the very top. So we type in video, YouTube, and all I got to do is actually use the URL. I don't need the actual embed. So I just grab the URL, go over here, drop, embed. What do you know? So now I have this video on YouTube with all that content, all the hashtags completely optimized, and I'm going to have it on this website as well. The reason why we're going to put it on the website is we want to increase dwell time, which means how long is someone staying on that page. And when we do that, it will also decrease the bounce rate. Bounce rate being, did they come to that page and leave, or did they come to that page and stay? The lower the bounce rate, the better. Okay, once we're done with that, we hit update. Once we update, we hit view post. Once it's done, and there you see it. So now if you were to play it and it was done processing and everything, I don't know if it's even done processing, but there you go. And we're going to do that to every single page on this entire site. We'll have a video. And by the time I'm done, what's going to happen is we're going to have playlists. So where do you see your playlists? If I was to go to this channel and you look for playlist, you see playlists here, sod installation St. Louis. Well, how do I create more playlists? So we're going to go to YouTube Studio again, and we go over here to playlists on the left-hand side, and we create new playlists. And all these playlists are going to be based off of his keyword, sod installation services. So we go sod installation services. You know, I might put in St. Louis, always capitalize shit like that, MO. You know, I may do that, may not always do that. Sometimes I'll just put the keywords, okay? Hit create. So you got another one now, right? And then we're going to go in here. If you're dropping questions in that chat, they're not going to be answered unless you're dropping them in the form, okay? Commercial sod services. So we'll do another one. You can go commercial sod services, commercial sod services, St. Louis, Missouri. So every time we create one of these videos for each one of these pages, it's going to be dropped into one of these channels. Now, the other thing you need to do is you need to optimize. I'm going to go ahead and delete, if you will, some of these, but So give you an example. When you go in to create this playlist, what are you going to do next? So you go edit. If this is sod installation St. Louis, I want to add a description. I can add 5,000 words of a description in here. The same thing I've told y'all about your website should mirror your GMB. Same thing with your YouTube channel. So for instance, when we come in here for sod installation services in St. Louis, Missouri, I can actually take quite a bit of all of this content right here and drop it into here, right? I just don't want it to look like crap. So I go in here and make sure the spacing is right. You know, that sort of thing. That's really about what we're going to do. So we go through here, content. Yes, it's good. Expert sod installation. Copy that bad boy. Go back in here. Best time to install sod. Copy that too. Our sod services, we grab that too. Right. I'm going to grab the hyperlink again for that specific page. I'm going to go grab the CID again. I do a lot of shit that some people may or may not do. So don't take, I mean, it's not a matter of my way is better than everybody else's way. It's just the way I do shit. So if they don't like it, lump it. So you go here, you're going to get your GMB Crush CID, link to the CID. We grab that as well. I'm going to put that once again here. So I still only have almost 2,700 words here, but I got 2,700 words of maximized content for this specific page. And then I can put in my hashtags as well, say sod installation St. Louis, sod supplier, you know, whatever. Okay, and hit save. So now all this lovely content's in here from the website. Okay. I'm going to do that with every single playlist. So every time I create a playlist, it's going to have that information in here. We're at 3. So the next one would be the same thing here. Same thing here. So for now, I'll leave it, you know, but there's nothing in here. There's not going to be anything in here. If you wanted to edit your description, you just hit the pin. You hit the pin for the title. But as each one of those are created for all the services and the homepage and the sod pages and the tips and the guides, this entire site's going to have a YouTube video for every page. Okay. So the ultimate goal is to fill up my YouTube with some content that's similar to it, with the backlinks, with the CID, and then on top of it, put those on the website to increase the dwell time, decrease bounce rate, and then throw in some CTR. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and stop for this for right now, and I'm going to go through, see what type of questions we got coming in, and we'll go through that. All right, get me out of this, get me out of this. All right. Okay, where is Michael? I'm sorry, Brent. I thought you were unmuted because we were talking.
Hey, no, I'm
there you are.
Right now. So just before we jump off.
There you are. Give me 1 second because I'm going to put you and Michael up here. Where are you, Brent? I don't see you.
My camera doesn't seem to be on.
Okay, it's not on either.
Just my name.
Unmute Michael. Okay.
Yeah, so just a couple of things before you hop off from a CTR standpoint. Video name. So you did keyword and then geo. Yep. And I would always put your website, whatever your website name is, minus whatever your URL is, minus the HTTP and the www, so that when you use CTR manipulation, you can use those 3 words as your keywords, and you're going to get brand you'll get brand recognition at the same time with the keyword, and it'll lump those things together. So title, that's the way I always run my titles from a CTR standpoint. If you're not talking about CTR and this is, you're going to do it a little bit more of an organic, then and maybe that's not as critical.
So CTR, you not put in www, it would be just what?
I would never, I never put the www in. So let's say what's the brand name of this company is
sod installation st.louis.com.
What's his URL?
Yeah, that's it. Sod installation st.louis.com. It's an EDM.
Perfect. So then I would use that without any of the front side. So no HTTP, no www.
All right. So let me open up that real quick.
But use the .com.
Let's see here. There we go. Let's go to.
I was gonna bring the same thing up, depending on what type of video you're doing, right? So Brent taught me what he just said. Before that, I always made sure to do either brand, then keyword the video citation is for, but in this case, it would be keyword, then dash brand, right? And then now I do it with dash the website the way Brent is saying, so that it doesn't matter if it's long.
Let me show the video so we can show them what you're talking about too. I don't want to just be me, but so sod installation St. Louis dash sod install St. Louis, no HTTPS
.com.
Put the .com in there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I don't know, Brent, you tell me, do you do it just like that, or do you do the brand of the GMB in between the two? That's how I do it.
So then, I get to that at the later in the gig here. So then I would use that as my first sentence in my description. That same title, and then I would use it.
There we go. I'm just getting it. Y'all keep talking.
So then when you get back to that, so then your first description is the title. So you would just have to add the .com to your title. And then make sure that your title is, again, the last words in your description again. And then
take this, and this would be in your title, and then it'd be in how you have it. It's in the description, the last
first and last. Yeah, first and last. Yeah. So we won't worry about the word count at this point because we can manipulate that later. Then it's first and last. Then make sure that the title of the video is the same as that title before you upload it. We can't change that now, and that's okay. And then I would also add to your hashtag link. Oh, sorry, your GMB share link. I would put that in there under the CID.
So we go here and hit the share link. This is what he's talking about when he says share link. You hit copy. And underneath the CID link. Yeah, share link. And then we're right here now. So at your hashtag, I would put the branded hashtag, brand the company name. And let's go here. Should be our title, right? Whatever the URL is. I know what you're saying now. So sod installation St. Louis, which is right here.
Yeah. And then just take the .com out.
And we're going to go back up to the hashtag right here.
And then when you were making your thumbnail, which I mean, it's a great thumbnail. My go-to move would be to Google the keyword, and whatever the first 5 pictures come up, I want to mimic that. I obviously don't want to copy them, but I want to mimic whatever Google is already putting up in the image rack. So there's a line of, so yours is already there, which is great. Probably because you're
crazy.
So that's awesome. That's from the hashtags. That's why that's there. But see how it's using the roles of, mostly it uses roles of sod in the first 5. Then I would try and mimic that, whatever that is. So yours is when Google reads that picture, it can tell you what it is, and it's gonna whatever whatever it tells, it's going to say sod. So because you use the squares, it's going to say it's sod. But if you used a lawn, it's going to say lawn and not sod. So we want to try and do whatever Google is telling us in the first 5 pictures. I probably overkilled that.
So essentially what Mike and Brent are saying is same thing as we talk about with GMB. You want to go to Google and you're going to use Google Images to determine what you should use, because Google's giving you what they want. If you're going to use image for a thumbnail and Google wants you to show someone laying sod or rolls of sod or harvesting sod, then choose one of these first top in the first 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or top 5 right here, and use that for your thumbnail either in Canva or if you got Adobe Photoshop. I just have Adobe Photoshop, so that's what I use.
Yeah. Yeah, image. Name the video, same as the title. So now when we go to your playlist, if we go back to here, we can't do it because we only have 1 video in the playlist, but I would daisy chain all your videos together. So video 1 links to video 2, the videos to 3, video 4. And if you have 4, it links back up to number 1. So that silos those. Then you're going to do the playlist exactly the same as William just described, which is really good. What I didn't see on this site that we shouldn't lose sight of is if you have service areas, you have a silo for every service area.
We're going to be building out the location pages, and once we do that, then we'll be adding it. But this guy literally had an empty template, and we're having to build everything. So he's getting, like, besides SEO, he's got a brand new site, social media, everything we got to build out. So
yeah, but it's a great way to increase the reach of your GMB, because every one of those service pages in there is going to link to the GMB with the share link, and then it's going to link back.
Awesome.
And then we didn't really talk about event against share. So the next step, maybe you were going to go into this. So if I'm stepping on someone's toes, I apologize.
Hey, Brent, real fast, because I'm gonna forget before you get on to that. The couple things with the video itself. I don't know how you do. I'm gonna tell you what I do. I always put right after the title the NAP, because I'm doing this for GMB purposes. So the NAP at the bottom doesn't work for me. The NAP for me goes right after the description, the main keyword I'm trying to rank, NAP, with the links. After that, I put the text.
For example, instead of putting it at the bottom, what Michael's saying to do is you take this information that's down here.
Yeah, put all that shit up top. Put the text
right here,
including the timestamps. I would have that all up above, right? I'd have the Will. I'd have the NAP, timestamps below it, right? And then the description and everything else that's going to follow. But all the important linkage, hashtags, all that, I'd have.
So he goes up here, he does the title.
And then I do it, like Brent said, at the bottom as well. But I keep it at the top also because I want that NAP. Mind you, when I do it, it's video citations, main and only purpose, GMB ranking, right? So just throwing that out there. It depends on what the video is for.
This is what he's doing, putting it up here. So he's putting it up here, and then as well, we'll put it down at the bottom. So that just made me go over just a tad bit. And this is also why I like messing with
go ahead.
No, I'm good, man.
Couple other things, this optional. You could add more links so that when you do CTR, you can hit those links up, like driving directions, like whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. Be creative. Something real important that I might not even remember how to get to, but I think it's in the studio itself. You should be using the location of that GMB as the location of the video.
Yep.
We haven't got there. Right? We haven't got there yet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's super important.
Yeah, when you go down, when it's show more to the advanced, go down here. Now you're going to want to make sure you never want to not fill this stuff out. So this all needs to be done again.
Oh, there's some
So
of
you
your
want,
tags and
yeah,
everything.
you want to make sure there's tags. And what I would use is the headers of my GMB to link these two together. Language, not too much. Don't worry about captions. I always put something on, put the record date on.
And then right there, that's
Yeah, so that's the one.
that's
So
the
when you do that up in your description as well, I would drop the Latin long right under your nap.
oh yeah, word. That's
Because especially if you're a service-based business without an address, just drop the Latin long of your area. Everyone always, gets all freaked out because of they don't have an address on their GMB, but it doesn't mean you can't run citations and your video citations to the Latin long of the area. You know what your address is. You can find that. No one else is going to look for it, but it sends a lot of power. And then with CTR, you want to run your CTR from as close to that Latin long as possible. So that's the linkage in between your CTR manipulation and your video citation.
And Brent, what's the name of that? I forget what it's called, man. It's on the knowledge panel for every GMB, that country code. It's not long. It's like launch and lat hidden in that weird code. I put that below my nap now also in the videos. Launch, lat, and then underneath it, we use that as well. I forgot what it's called right now. Do you use that? I meant to ask you that too, like a while ago.
I don't, only because especially here where they use the CID, that's in there. It's in the CID code.
Okay.
So it's there. So then, if you guys don't mind, I can keep going.
Yeah, keep going, man.
So then next, after that's all filled out, I would definitely want to share it on as many web 2.0s. I've talked in William's group a number of times about my love for Tumblr. So I would use it on Tumblr for sure. The more Tumblrs you can have, you can share to your own. And those are all sharing things. Sharing is a very tough thing, right? We all have Facebook pages. We all have, whatever it is that you're using. And we put something on there, and the amount of times it gets shared is like 0 and -1. So if you have 10 Tumblrs and you can share it 10 times, you've just shared it 9 times more than your competitors are getting in any share linkage from their entity or their page. So that's a good strategy. If we could flip over to the website.
Also, real fast, Brent, 2 seconds, guys. Tumblr and also Twitter and Moments. I've been playing with Moments and shit. Very powerful. So
Moments are
Tumblr.
sick.
If you have multiple Facebook accounts, multiple social medias, do those shares. Brent has a lot of Tumblr, so he mentions it a lot. If you guys have a lot of Facebook's account, in Browsio or whatever it might be, just get those social shares out there. That's the most important part. And if you can get Tumblrs, Twitters, super powerful. Sorry, Brent, go ahead.
Yeah, no, all good. Can we slip over to the actual website for a second? You still have it up, Brian? So right under your video, where you added the video. So William talked about bounce rate, and it's super important. You don't want bounce rate, but you also have a percentage of pages viewed. So you're going to get the video that's going to increase your time, hopefully, anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes, which is ideal. And when you do CTR, you should always run your CTR for anywhere in between 2.5 minutes and 3 minutes is the best in my testing. But you also need to get to another page. That's the next metric. So what I would do right under this is I would put some kind of call to action that's highly clickable. So if you have an offer, I would put that click offer under there as a call to action, or I would say see our next video. I wouldn't use next, use some keyword, never use click here or more information. There's no value. There's no keyword value there. So next sod video, or learn more about sod, whatever that call to action is. But you really want to get them from this page to another page. And if you can get them to a third page, then you're really good.
So basically daisy chaining it or siloing it.
Yeah, for sure. Your internal linking on your page is good, but you really want to get, if you go into SEMrush, the next metric is bounce rate, and then number of pages viewed, percentage of second views, and that's second pages. And if you can get that up, very few websites and your competitors are going to be using that strategy. Even if you can use, when we were back, when we were back looking at the pictures, you've seen all the variations of how people named their images for the same keyword, right? Google brought it up. I would try and use all of those name conventions. So if we go to images, you can see St. Louis Sod Company up.
And sod placement.
Yeah, so we haven't used sod placement. And again, I always stick to the top 5. You can go bigger if you want, but I would make sure that all of those different ones are found somewhere in my citation and on my page for that matter.
Sod installation company / sod installation and sod placement. Okay, cool. And then update on that, or you can, do a bunch of other stuff with this, but.
And with the new UX algorithm change, you want to make sure that your call to action buttons are super clean and change colors, but don't have any animation. So the slide in call to action is going to hurt you more than something static and just changing colors.
Okay. So let's go out of here. All right. Let me go ahead and get out of here and go ahead and open the questions again, because I'm sure I got quite a bit for you, Brent and Michael. That's done. Okay, get rid of that question. That's done. What's the preferred video length?
So I think you were to William's point here. He wanted to fill up the words in the description, which I totally believe in. Doesn't mean it has to be in the video. 30 seconds is fine. 1 minute is fine. It depends on what you're going to use. If you're going to use it for a moment in Twitter, and you want to get out and you want to use IFTTT to syndicate it, then you're going to have to figure out what that time is, about 1 minute. You're using it on Snapchat or any of those, then you got to figure out what those times are. But it doesn't have to be long, is my point. I'm probably overgoing there. It doesn't need to be super long, as long as the description is very descriptive.
All right, George, I saw you put timestamps in the text when creating the video, but he didn't see it in the marker when the video played.
You can add it.
Yeah.
There's a section in the back end of Studio that will add the markers for you.
Yeah. Let's see. Recommended. We already got that one, Kevin. We already got that one. Let's see what else we got here. George, I thought Google loves iframe instead of using the YouTube video URL. Yeah, I can do the embed. It's quick and easy for me that way.
I've never, in my testing, I've never seen one perform better or worse than the other. I know some of the SEMrush or Ahrefs will tell you how you've got a problem when you don't use it, but I've never seen any difference in my testing.
So Patrick just asked something. He's like, okay, I'll show you. It's pretty simple on this one. What's the YouTube Studio? So if I go to your YouTube channel, and I click on your icon up here, which is your profile image, you see YouTube Studio. You click on that and that'll open up your studio, which is where you create stuff, okay? Where you can customize your channel, add your settings, put in your branding, put in your basic information, optimize your channel, put in your maps, your website, everything. That's where you do all of that. So let's go back to the questions for you, Brent and Michael. Patrick said, and Michael's going to say, hell no. I already know it. As he says, yeah, he's unmuting me, but okay. You muted yourself.
Yeah, I try to mute myself while Brent's talking, but then I can't unmute myself. So
Yeah,
now I
stop
know.
unmuting yourself.
All right, copy.
There we go. So, Brent, can you please teach us Tumblr techniques?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yo, hold on a minute, Brent. Before you even answer that, I forgot to tell you.
You're breaking up. You're breaking.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, Brent, I got drilled the last 2 weeks you were here. And then I was out with my wife. I forgot to get back to the guy. If you're in here, I apologize. I've been busy. My wife is in town. She was out of town. She's in town, leaving on Monday. Anyway, yeah, they've been asking hard, Brent, for some Tumblr info. And I'm gonna say for right now, we're just gonna keep it on the side of light, right? Just
Yeah, we'll keep it on light. So
yeah, you keep it real light. Keep it real light, bro.
it's
Keep it real light.
so if you're not a go-getter and you really want to put effort, it's a lot of effort. So you need some kind of scraping tool, and then it's a numbers game. For me, there's two ways to look at it. You can look at it from a trust flow, page authority, domain authority standpoint, which is great. And I'll keep it light. I'll leave it at that. But if you want to use it as a share, really what you're trying to do is scrape as many as you can and check them for only spam. So if the spam score is 5 or less, it's worth getting. I don't know how much anyone knows about Tumblr, but Tumblr is it's kind of one of the only 2.0s that you can reclaim with somebody, and they keep all the power that they had when the last person had it. So you can change the name, you can do all those things, you can brand them out any way you want. But from a share standpoint, which is what we're talking about here, is you just get a whole bunch, you brand them out into, some random name generator. You build out your business, one Tumblr, and then from there you share to your next tier, if you will. And then from those ones you go out to a tier, then out to a tier. So I have hundreds of Tumblrs. So I've got it automated, and I just syndicate that information out from one to another. And then, the rest is pretty self-explanatory.
Can you actually do like a class in which you actually show us the process?
I can. Again, I don't. I can, but it's not for the faint of heart. Like you need a dedicated PC that runs nonstop scraping, and then once you scrape, you got to check 100% of them, and then you get. Let's say if I scrape for 24 hours on a keyword list, and I get 7,000 Tumblrs that go 404, which means they're no longer owned. If Tumblr was brought down because of some terms and condition problem, then you won't be able to grab those ones. So through the 7,000, you might get 700 that are actually obtainable, and then when you go through them, usually they're high spam scores. So then you get rid of all those spam scores, and then you get like 2 or 3 or 5. So it's a lot of effort. I can certainly do it. Probably I would like to do it outside of this group because it would take too much time for you guys. There's better ways to spend this time for you guys than going over that. But we definitely could do it if William wants to set it up.
So in the group, if you're interested, drop me a message or Brent a message or Michael, and we'll see what they can do for you guys. So What's the what package do you recommend? Patrick's asking for SEMrush.
I use a $99 one, and then I
Alright.
add Yex. We're probably, I don't know if we're past that in this stage, but
Yeah,
they got a
we already
straight
went past
subscription.
all that.
Okay.
Studio, already answered that question. What's the proper way to make Twitter moments for SEO? There was an actual class I did in a course the guy had.
Oh,
His name is Jesper.
yeah. You
And
had him on here? You know
yeah,
Jesper?
he's on here. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
him.
Copy, cop that.
So
Drop him your
Done.
link, Will. Drop him your link right now. Drop him his link. Cop
Yeah.
that.
That's
Period.
that's the way to do it.
Period.
He's in I'll have to pull it because he's in the original class I did on Google My Business
Okay.
Masterclass. Because he was on here, he went through the whole thing. He did a whole offer. I will have him back.
He probably had people's heads spin, like too much info, too much at one time. Like imagine if you never heard what a Twitter moment is, and then he's showing all that. I could only imagine. But for the people that do know you and listen, and then I'm putting the Merlino stamp on it. Bang, cop that.
That's why I was asking the other day with the GMB verification, where I said, who has some aged Twitter accounts? And so I was asking for that because that's what gave me my instant.
I don't want to bump anyone's mind out of their thing, but you can reclaim Twitter accounts too. Yeah. You do same thing you can do with Tumblr, you can do with Twitter. So if you want to,
look,
400 corners.
Yeah, I don't want to be too much of a hater, and then people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's fucked up, Mike." So, Will, if you have a link for affiliate link, or if you don't get it, and then give it to them for domain hunter gatherer, right? You get a scraper, you scrape for Tumblrs and Twitters, and do your thing, right? It's not that hard to figure out. It's probably free courses on YouTube you can ask. It's not that complicated. It's just like an expired domain, except it's a social profile, right? Now I'm gonna give you the heads up now, though. He already told you need a dedicated VPS running all the time. You need to babysit that shit like crazy. Then you gotta hope they register. You gotta check the spam. It's not like if you don't have VAs, drop it. Forget about it. You're wasting your time. Just go buy links. You know what I mean? If you have a team in place and you're not looking for a quick ROI, quick turnaround time for results, then that was something you would get into. I want to give y'all the heads up. We talk about a lot of shit here and we joke around about it, me and Brent especially. I'm not going to say what we are, what level we're on, whatever, but we do a lot of shit, bro. Some of it is simple. Some of it is not so simple. That is most definitely not on the not so simple list. Just want to tell y'all so y'all don't get mad at us later.
I'm glad you said that.
I warned them good enough, Brent, because I know you gave them you gave them the little, politically correct warning. I want to give them that pop pop. Don't. And you need a strong VPS. Don't even think you're gonna cop a $10 or $20 VPS, bro. I do that shit on a dedicated server, so you could understand, right? A dedicated server that's probably stronger than all y'all computers, is stronger than my computer. That's what that's running on. Because if not, it crashes. Can you imagine scraping for 2 days and then your computer turns itself off? Nah, that's hard to swallow.
So Patrick I just messaged Jasper whenever he messages me back. I'll have him on. I'm gonna try to do it either this week or next week. Yes, it's a paid course. No, it's not my course, but he is solid.
It's not, bro. It's like $100. I mean, I don't know if it's. I'm not trying to mess nothing up, but it's not expensive.
It's not expensive. Last time I had him on, I think he did it for like 90 something bucks or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. And it's not long neither.
Money well spent.
It's not long because I watched it all in one day and SOP'd it up. And if y'all know me, I know that's not my style, but it's done. And I'm not sharing it because you got to buy his course, right? But point is, you know what I'm saying? Nice and simple. Pop, 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 beep, boop, boop, boop. And he has an accent and I got through it. And if I could do it, you could do it.
Yeah, because he's from Denmark. What scrapers do Michael and Brent recommend? After this question, we're getting off here. And do you use a VPN to run the scrapers? He just told you, don't be thinking you're gonna get a cheap ass VPN.
Yes, VPN
No.
to run a scraper. Domain hunter gatherer is where I would start. You know what I mean? And
That's where I
you
would
don't,
start too.
yeah, and you don't gotta go too crazy with a VPS, but you know, don't go too cheap. Get something, you know, see how it performs, and then upgrade if needed. I use Contabo for my VPSs. Contabo. I don't know if
use
it's
them too.
.com or whatever. There's many places. I'm just telling you what I use. And then if you want a dedicated server and you got to pay someone to turn that into a VPS, unless you real techie, you get Hetzner. It's a German company. Hetzner servers, some shit like that. That shit is the best.
It's not necessarily about power. It's about the ability to let it run. It's purely a numbers game. You're going to go through thousands, if not tens of thousands of keyword lists, to get a few good ones. But when you put in like everything else, you put in the time, you put in the effort, the power's there.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we've kind of done it to death here, but I'm willing to do more. Just I don't want to waste this group's time for something that a lot of people just won't have the time or the patience for.
All right, so that's it for today. If you have any more questions, we'll go ahead and stop with that one. We got everything up to Twitter moments. If you want, I've already reached out to Jesper for Twitter. If you want more information and tumblers, etc., just reach out to Brent and Michael personally, and hit them up and maybe get a consult from them and pay them for their time to actually show you. I mean, if you actually get enough people to actually teach it, then we could do that as well. But that would be something that would have to be on another time slot to actually do it, because it's not going to be that simple. It's
Yeah,
like
maybe
setting up
that.
a
Hey, Brent,
CTR.
real fast, right? Just to throw this out there, Will, 1 second. So like that, you could be involved. Only thing I might be interested, if Brent is interested in, you get a bunch of people that are interested. We're not going to do no course. We'll hop on a couple times, however it works out. You know what I mean? And just teach them. Maybe something like that, if Brent is interested. I know in actually making a course and everything, I'm not too interested in that.
Yeah, no, I'm game. I can do it. If we have the right amount of interest and people
So
are going to
if
do it.
anybody that's interested, hit Will up. Will, you will get something together and then talk to me and Brent about it. I think that'd be the best way, because we don't do stuff like that.
We're just the workhorses here. We're not the brains. We're just the workhorses.
Yeah, because if I don't bring it up like this, it'll never happen. Like, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I'm not a course guy. Brent, he was asking me for a while. It'll happen soon enough. A little challenge like this live shit, or a little Q&A, that I'm down with.
Yeah,
I'm down with that, especially where if I could hold you accountable, right? Like, show up today, but don't show up the next time if you ain't do what you were supposed to do after this session, because then you're not allowed into the next session, because you're not. Why are you here? If it's something like that, then I'm with it. If it's something about wasting time, because time is money, you know what I mean? I ain't got time for that, just to be honest. And that's it. I'll leave it at that. We'll see if there's interest.
All right, message me. Don't even message me. Post it in the Facebook group and tag me, because I ain't got time to fucking around. So I got like 20 audits to do just today. So
I hope they're not free audits.
no, these are all free and all going live.
Oh, okay.
Content.
Well, yeah. So
I gotta love that content.
That's free content. Yeah. Gotta love that.
Yeah, I'm going after very specific markets on YouTube. So, with Google My Business SEO, the extensions I'm doing, Chrome extension, everything I'm doing. What? Breaking up there.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me SEO those videos.
Oh, I'll damn well let you SEO these videos. I'll do YouTube SEO, but to me, it's boring as shit. I like doing audits. And I like fixing shit. But the YouTube stuff is like, it's too much work. Give me some CTR or some shit.
No, that's a big part of it. That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I
that's
know
what,
that's the only reason I want to do it. It's because I can't do it without. I can't do the CTR manipulation without the damn.
yo,
video.
the people that sleep on YouTube for CTR, bro, I'd be like, oh, it's just like, and I know sometimes you don't like Google Sites no more. Hear me, I don't care. That's on
Yeah.
you, I'm me, right?
Yep.
For CTR, YouTube, Tumblr, right? Twitter, there's 4 or 5 they're not only the top social media fucking sites for a fucking reason, right? It's because they're powerful, bro. Like, use them, like Reddit. Like, nobody ever talks about Reddit, right? I'm not gonna get into it. The show is over, right?
He's
But
trying to get out of here. But
use
I'll leave you
the
with this.
social medias.
I'll leave you with this. Your Google site is never going to go viral. Your website's never going to go viral. But every 14-year-old girl or boy that has a couple of dance steps can go viral on TikTok or on YouTube. That means you can send as much traffic as you want there and you won't hurt anything. So if you're thinking about CTR, video citations are the spot. I'll leave you with that.
We already worked on. I'm coming up with some more stuff, but we broke the, if you will, the TikTok algorithm, because Chase is who put me on that shit, and then I started chasing it and trying to figure. I'm like, where are they doing wrong? Where are we doing right? And then I figured out some stuff. So I'm gonna be dropping some gems on that shit.
Can I add one more thing before we go?
Yep.
I know I'm stretching you out here. When you're doing YouTube videos, when you're making that script at the front, go listen to anyone's doing anything in SEO right now. Chris Palmer, anyone. They say the title 3 times in the first 11 seconds.
Yep.
So when you do, when you're doing it, the videos like William just showed you, just put it in 3 times. And
that's what I've been telling him. I said where he starts, he goes, we're going to be doing a class today on CTR manipulation. That's right, CTR manipulation, CTR manipulation.
That's for a reason. Yeah. So and even
the voiceovers, we could talk about other things, but
that's right. But even if we went back to looking at the image and all those different variations of the keyword that Google, you use those 5 in the first 11 seconds and do a video that doesn't, and then run CTR or don't, and see what happens. Your pages will be different.
I have to do that. That'll be a handy dandy.
It's a good test. All right, guys, I've done enough. Sorry if
I will talk to y'all soon. I'm going to be going live now.
Peace out.
And then I got a class coming up too for web design. So I will talk to you guys soon. Appreciate it. Have a good one, man.
Thanks, guys.
Be blessed.